All right, good morning, guys. We were going to do this lesson last week, but I was out with Mr. Payne doing some other things, so I'm going to try to get this done today. I'm just going to read this to you, and you should be able to get it no problem. So up here, you have the words on the board, your vocabulary, and they are environment, and you have ecosystem, habitat. Oh, move that there. Well, if that let me. Okay, so there's those two, and then your other two words are population and community. So those are your 5 words that you need to have that written down right here on this page. They're also on the board. If you need to pause it and come back, please do so. Gotta move on. All right, so I'm going to read this to you. So I want you to follow along and do what I tell you to do. This should be easy 100 book check. All right, so the title of this one is Animals and Plants at Home. What do sand, salt water, and crabs and seaweed all have in common? You can find them at the beach, of course. When you go to the beach, you find lots of living things. Non-living things like sand and salt water are also part of the beach. Everything that surrounds a living thing is its environment. So I want you to underline that. Everything that surrounds a living thing is its environment. This includes living and non-living things. Your desk, your teacher, your books, and air are all part of your classroom environment. An ecosystem, underline this, is all the living and non-living things in a place. In an ecosystem, living things interact with each other and with the non-living parts of their environment. Think of bees that use an old log to build their hive. They gather nectar from flowers to make honey. A bear eats the honey. These interactions make up a part of an ecosystem. Living things in the same ecosystem share resources. Many of them also share a habitat. A habitat is a space where plant and an animal live, or animal lives. A frog's habitat is a pond. A frog's environment is everything around the frog. So habitat's where they live, and environment is everything else around them. So the bottom here says this crab's habitat is on the sand. The crab and the sand are both part of an ecosystem. An ocean ecosystem includes salt water, seaweed, fish, and other animals. Each depends upon another to survive. Sea anemones, sea stars, and mussels live in tide pools. They all share resources such as food to survive in their environment. So it says choose an ecosystem from the photographs. List at least 3 things that make up the ecosystem. So if I'm going to choose an ocean, I'm going to say they have salt water, seaweed, and fish. And there's also other animals. You just have to list things, not give me a sentence. I want those answers right here at the bottom. Okay, next page, communities of populations. You live in a community. You're also part of a population. Animals and plants are part of populations and communities too. Wolves, bears, snakes, birds, and many other plants and animals all live in Yellowstone National Park. A population, underline this, is all of one kind of organism living in the same area. All of the wolves in Yellowstone National Park make up a wolf population. Animal and plant populations in the area may be part of the same community. Underline this. A community is all the populations that live and interact in an area. An ecosystem can have many different communities. We're going to scroll down. Grassland ecosystem. So Yellowstone National Park has a large population of bison. The bison are part of the community that also includes grasses that bison eat and the population of antelope. So this big animal right here is a bison, and these little animals underneath them are the antelope. This bull snake is also part of the Yellowstone National Park community along with the wolves and other bison. This wolf is part of the wolf population that lives in the same area. To survive, wolves eat other animals in their community. A little gruesome, but it's true. So we're going to make another bar graph. It says use this data in the table to create a bar graph to compare populations of animals in a community within Yellowstone National Park. So bald eagle has 5 of them, gray wolf has 35, elk has 70, bull snake has 15. So bald eagle is going to be shaded in right here. There's only about 5 of them. That's half of 10. The gray wolf, there's 35 of them. So that's going to be between 30 and 40. So shade that in. And the elk has 70. There's a ton of them. So that's going to be the whole bar graph. And the bull snake, there's 15 of them. So that's going to be between 10 and 20. So make sure you have this in your book I'll be checking it today. That should be an easy grade. All right. If you need to pause and look at it, please do, but I need to move on. And that will be part 1 of the science video.